Hi everybody, it is the 3rd of September 2021. Update 13.2 is now live on the PC test servers. I guess it'll be coming hopefully soon to the PlayStation and Xbox test servers. And this is an interesting one. I think this could be a very important patch for PC. Now, I know the title says the patch that killed PUBG. However, there is some really good stuff in this patch, but there's also some really bad stuff, I think, as well. But before we get started, I just want to kind of reaffirm that I think PUBG is one of the greatest games ever created. It is one of my top 2 games of all time for me. It's PUBG and Battlefield 1. They're my favourite games. I've had the greatest gaming experiences ever in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Now, I don't play it as much as I used to because I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. But if there was one game that I could play for the rest of my life, my desert island game that I'd have to play, it would be PUBG. So that's why I want it to do well, because I really like it. But I think for PUBG to do well, you need to have short queues. When you jump into a match, you need to be able to play the maps that you want to play at least fairly regularly. You need to be able to play the game the way that you want it to be able to played. The style that you want to play, and I think it's important that there's not that many cheaters. I know you'll always have some cheaters, but you want to really work on that. So bear that in mind. I think that's what's very important for PUBG. And I think sometimes, I don't know, at least in the European and North American regions, this is what the developer, Crafton, or whatever they're called now, behind PUBG sometimes forget about. And also, I guess I kind of say these things because I kind of hope, I know it's not going to happen, but it'd be really nice if someone watch this from PUBG or associated with PUBG can say, hey, there's a lot of voices saying this sort of thing, maybe we should do something about it. So let's dive in to the update and see what there is in store. New weapon, the P90 Smg. In this update, we're adding the fan favourite P90 Smg to care packages. The P90 is our first care package SMG since the original Tommy gun, and as such we made sure it's a worthy addition. It comes loaded with its own unique 5.7mm high-powered ammo, which is capable of longer range combat. Unlike other SMGs, it also comes with a cheek pad, handguard, laser and silencer pre-attached and non-detachable. It also features dual optics that allow for fast switching between close range and medium range combat. Use the holographic sight for nearby foes and flip up the flip sight for added magnification when they make a run for it. It comes paired with 250 rounds of 5.7mm ammo in the care package. A single magazine holds up to 50 rounds, which you and your foes can see deplete live as you're firing due to the magazine's translucent design. With the translucent magazine keeping you aware of the high fire rate and the laser helping you keep track of your targets, the P90 is a solid addition to your loadout. Spawns on all maps, equipped with all attachments right out of the crate, has a silencer, laser, 50 round mag, non-detachable small profile sight with some magnification, takes 5.7mm ammo, damage 35, maximum effective range up to 300 meters, rate of fire 1000 RPM. So this is a very effective weapon. It's going to be interesting to see how it is balanced, because this is a weapon that does very good up close and sounds like it does pretty good far away as well. The critical thing with guns like this for me, and this is a critical thing about PUBG as well, is how they balance recoil. Because we've got to a situation now where players, and this includes console players and PC players, can full auto at medium to medium long range with 3 times and 4 times scopes with automatic weapons and control the recoil, which means that when you're coming into the game as a casual player or as a new player, you die very, very quickly, even in very, very long range engagements, because people can, where sometimes you would have the chance of, if you were moving and someone tried to headshot you with a Kar 98 or a bolt action rifle, there's a chance they're going to miss. But if they can kill you with a fully automatic rifle, so they can just keep it on auto, so they can track their target with a magnified scope, you don't have a chance of that. You're just going to die. Now that's going to be interesting about this. If at magnification at 1,000 rounds a minute, people can control the recoil for this thing, then it might as well be a one-shot kill weapon. Tago updates. Introducing the new pickup, the Porter, exclusive on Tago. The Porter is Hyundai Motor Company's representative commercial truck, which was first introduced in 1977. Since then, it's been carrying a lot of loads based on its solid basics and excellent durability. It is the only vehicle in PUBG available with a trunk system, a new feature to be introduced below. Porter is a truck capable of carrying large loads and up to 4 passengers at the same time. Get your chicken dinner with the use of Porter, which can easily run on any types of terrain with the support of permanent 4-wheel drive. Drivetrain, all-wheel drive, maximum number of passengers 4, trunk system available, and the capacity is 400, maximum speed 130 km an hour, 1200 horsepower. What? No way would that thing have 1200 horsepower. Porter replaces the UAZ. Okay, so I've always thought and long wanted a storage system for vehicles in DayZ. I always thought a bit silly that you couldn't store stuff in the back, because I thought it would be great. You get a vehicle, you drive to Gatka, for example, with some teammates, and you strip it, and then you pile the extra ammo and the extra weapons and the extra bulletproof vests and helmets into the back of your vehicle, and off you go on your adventure. I often thought that was a really good idea. So excellent. This is only going to be on Tago though, and Wacky Jackie put out a really interesting tweet the other day about why PUBG are hanging on to Tago being the featured map on, and it's still the featured map for this update as well, when that negatively affects queue times. And the reason is they may have a deal with Hyundai about the Tago map and their vehicles on the Tago map, and that deal includes they must have Tago as a featured map for a particular length of time. Maybe that's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months. So that's why they have to keep it. That's why they haven't binned Tago, or not binned it, put it in the rotation with all the other maps like they should do in order to keep the queue times down. But great addition, love the idea, yeah, fantastic. So, new feature, trunk system. With the trunk system, you can maximise the acquisition of items for victory on Tago. Use the compartment of the Porter to load various items and take them out when needed. If the vehicle gets blown up, all the items in the compartment will also be destroyed. If you desire to keep your items safe, make sure your vehicle is safe. Any items that can be placed in your inventory and weapons, helmets, vests, backpacks can be loaded into the trunk. However, due to the weight of weapons, helmets, vests and bags, it may not be possible to load large quantities. Only available on Tago with the Porter vehicle. The trunk system can be accessed with the interaction key when not on board. When on board, it can be accessed by opening the inventory. Right, so you can actually, that's really cool. So as you're driving along, your passengers can start changing over their equipment over. How good is that? All items in the compartment will be lost if the vehicle is destroyed. The compartment of the vehicle does not belong to one person. Anyone can load and take out items. Item weight, depending on their types, are as follows. When a weapon with attachments is placed in the trunk, attachment weight is added and loaded into the trunk with attachments attached. So there we've got various weights for all the different stuff. New weapon, Blue Zone Grenade. Okay. Introducing the Blue Zone Grenade. This throwable item can be used effectively if you want to deal damage in a broader area for a certain period of time, especially in situations where you want to lure enemies out of a building. The Blue Zone Grenade creates a round blue zone with a maximum radius of 10 meters, lasting for 5 seconds. It maintains its full size for 5 seconds, then decreases and disappears over another 5 seconds. The blue zone gets as big as 10 meters in radius and lasts for 5 seconds. It remains in its full size for 5 seconds, then shrinks and disappears for another 5 seconds. They just said that. It does not explode underwater, but when activated near water, it gives damage to players inside the water. Now, importantly, what is the damage? The damage is 10 per second. If you're already in the blue zone and in range of additional blue zone grenade, additional damage will be applied. So it doubles up. Blue zone plus blue zone grenade, both damages. Blue zone grenade plus blue zone grenade, both damage applies. So it lasts for 5 seconds and then shrinks for. So you could be in the blue zone for 10 seconds, which would kill you. So that's 100 damage, isn't it? It does to you. So interesting. So at the beginning of the video, and I was talking about the things that I think DayZ has to have to be good, to be enjoyable. I think you have to have, you need to be able to play, did I say DayZ? PUBG. You need to be able to play PUBG and the way that you want to play it. And I think one of the great strengths of PUBG is that it is a survival game. It is all about getting to the end and being the last person or the last team alive. It's not about killing other players. It's not about having the highest score. It's about being the last one alive. And to get there, you can play it or you should be able to play it however you want. If you want to play it as a full-on fragger, dropping hot at school, running around, following the gunshots and shooting everybody, you should be able to do that, you know. However, if you want to play defensively, if you want to be a camper, if you want to hide in the back of a house inside in a shower while all the stuff is going on around you, you should be able to do that as well. One of the great weaknesses of Warzone, despite it being graphically fantastic and runs amazingly well, I think, is that Warzone funnels you into playing in a certain way because it has things like UAVs, because it has things like heartbeat detectors. It's trying to get you engaged in gunfights all the time, and I think this is what things like the Blue Zone grenade do, and this is what things like the C4 explosive do, because they force you out of cover, they force you out of a defensive situation, and you don't really, there's no real defense for it. Okay, so I'm okay with stun grenades and flash grenades and frag grenades and molotovs and all that sort of stuff. So if I'm in a building or behind a rock and there's another guy who goes, I know there's someone in there, the person that's outside, if I'm hiding in that shower and they want to push me, they shouldn't just be able to throw a Blue Zone grenade in there or attach a C4 to the side of the wall until we get buildings that fall down that force me to run out of that building and have to engage in a gunfight. He should have to throw a stun grenade in or a flash grenade in and come and get me. All right. I'm not a fan of this Blue Zone grenade system because I think it's saying there's only one real way to play PUBG, and that is don't hide, come out and fight all the time. And I don't think that's true. PUBG is a survival game, and if you want to hide, you can do so, because the big advantage for that, the big selling point for that is that I'll be honest, crap players can win. All right, if you're not very good at PUBG, if you're not very good at shooters, you've got a chance of winning a chicken dinner in PUBG, and that has always been the strength. You know, if you're forcing people to get into gunfights all the time, which this does and the C4 grenade does, you're forcing people to get into fights, and people simply, you won't allow that average player, that crap player, they just won't get a chance to win, because you'll get into situations where you're in the final circle, so it's you versus one other guy, you know, you've managed to avoid everybody until get to that gunfight, and you're like, you've got the adrenaline pumping, you know, you've got your palms are sweaty, think I could win this, and then the other guy just, and you're behind a rock, say, just waiting, you're thinking, right, he's got to push me, the circle comes to you, and you're thinking, the guy's got to push me, oh, I might win, I might win. Oh no, he just throws a blue zone grenade where you are, and he's got an instant blue zone on you, and it kills you. You know, or they throw a C4 grenade at the rock, and then beep, 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 and you know it's going to kill you. You've got to get out of there. If you can hear the beeping, it's basically going to kill you. So you've got to run out, and he then, if it's a more experienced player who's better than you at gunfights, will shoot you and you will win, and you won't. You'll just be like, oh, great, brilliant. Whereas before, what could have happened is you stayed behind the rock, the circle came to you, the other guy maybe who didn't have any stun grenades or anything, or maybe he did have some stun grenades, but he has to come to you. And he has to use his skill that he has developed within the game to take you on where you're in a better situation. You've got the advantage, and then therefore he has to use his better skills to attack you, get behind that rock, start shooting, and then win. But you've got a chance to win. Whereas things like this, you know, you don't. I mean, there's also the thing that can happen is instant win thing. So final circle, you're wearing the jammer pack so that you can survive from the blue zone. So it gets the circles are coming in. It's the final circles. What do? Well, you don't push the other teammate. You just roll a blue zone grenade down, maybe 2 or 3 blues, or you keep rolling blue zone grenades down. So you're making the blue zone. You've got your jammer pack, so you're okay. So I'm not a fan of this. I think something like this blue zone grenade belongs, maybe in Apex. It belongs in Fortnite. It doesn't belong in games like PUBG, semi-realistic games, or Warzone. Definitely not. Definitely get rid of it. Give us another type of stun grenade. Give us a tear gas grenade. Give us a gas grenade that you can throw in. It's a bit like a Molotov. Don't give us this. Let people play the way they want to play. If they want to play defensively, if they want to be a camper, let them. Okay, rant over for that bit. New weather. To maximise the experience of Tago, we're adding the following weather option to Tago. There will be randomly applied sunset and overcast. Right, what's happening is PUBG has got such a big development team behind it that they've got to keep them busy. And they're doing things like adding these different modes, different times of day. I'm not a big fan. Just give me a nice sunny day every time I play PUBG. That's all I want. Blue Zone rebalancing. Based on community feedback, we decided the first phase of the Tago Blue Zone was a bit long. Therefore, we have reduced the duration of the first phase to provide a smoother Tago play experience. Enjoy more dramatic Tago through quicker farming. Yeah, good idea. Comeback BR improvements. In the introduction of Comeback Battle Royale, we have received a lot of feedback about how it could get boring. Therefore, we have made the following changes to encourage fast-paced comeback BRs. Blue Zone changes. Now the Blue Zone will shrink even more. Timeline changes. The total time of comeback BR has been reduced. Players can return to the battlegrounds when the Phase 2 Blue Zone starts to shrink. A lot of PUBG's problems is about speed and respawning, isn't it? It's, the fact that when you're in a lobby, you get into a lobby and you're like, and it's Erangel, and you're like, brilliant, yeah, cool. Or it's a map you like, whatever that might be. And then you're watching the player count. It starts off at like 50 and it's going up. It gets up to like 80 or something like that. And then you get the 2-minute timer. And you're like, no. We've got enough people now in this lobby to have a game of PUBG. We've got enough people. Just start the game. Fill the rest up with bots, if you like. And then as the plane's loading in, as you've got that little delay of the planes, by all means get other players in. But why do you have that countdown? Because it's all about being able to, you finish one game, you got killed, oh bloody hell, and then you can get into another one and you got that loop going. That's the thing they should do. The Tago Minimap has been updated to make it easy to identify by making the outline of the unplayable area a bit darker. Custom match updates, added new weather, added comeback BR, changed the blue zone value, removed the red zones. Right, here we go. Right, I'm going to start another rant now. Are you ready? New mode, casual mode. Oh my god. Casual mode is a way for players to practice and have fun in a less intense environment than standard battle royale matches. So what does that say to you? Okay, so what it says to me is, let me play against bots. Single player PUBG, where you drop in and you play against bots. It's like a practice mode, and you can do it on all the maps. It's running maybe locally on your Xbox or PlayStation or PC, so it's not putting any strain on the remote servers. Happy days. Maybe you could customize it so that you would start at like the second circle or the third circle or the fourth circle. Something like that. Casual mode, you're coming in. It's not. You can play up to 3 matches per day in solo, duo or squads, and will drop into Erangel with a maximum of 12 players per match, with bots filling the remaining space. Whether you're looking to warm up or just let off some steam in a more relaxed environment, casual mode is there to help. Only available in Erangel, maximum of 3 matches a day, solo, squad and one-man squad. Only available in third person, maximum number of players in a match 12, the rest will be filled with bots. The following are supported, you can get some stuff. Okay, alright, okay. So PUBG, right. PUBG. So what's going to happen is, if you drop in with 12 people, when you get to the final circle and there's only 2 of you, you're going to be against players anyway, aren't you? Everybody else will have died. So there's a few things wrong with this. One, it should be completely against bots. And actually, there's 2 things. And the main one is that you're splitting the queues again. So now with this, there's 3 different queues for PUBG. All right, at least. So well, there's 3 different maps kind of thing that you can play. There's mixed maps, there's Tago, and there's casual mode. And then within those modes, you've then got, you know, solo, duo, and squads, and you've got third person and first person. And so they have to switch. They have to turn various modes off so that the queues aren't horrendously long. And it was bad enough when we had Tago and mixed maps with first person, third person, squads, duos, and solos. Now they've introduced this casual mode, which is it's crazy. It really is. The thing that kills a battle royale, the thing that kills a multiplayer game, you know, this happens to old Call of Duties and old Battlefields, is when the queues get long and you can't find games, because people just won't hang around. That you'll start matchmaking and it'll say 2 minutes, and you go, okay, fair enough, I can live with that. And you look at your phone, bum bum bum. Then it goes above 2 minutes, goes 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and you're like, sod this, I'm off to play something else. And so queue management is critical. Now maybe it's different in the Korean PUBG and the Far East PUBG. Maybe they don't have that problem. Maybe there's so many people still playing it that they can have all of these different queues. But we don't have that in Western Europe and North America, or Europe and North America. You know, you try and get a game during the day, and you know you're waiting ages sometimes. And so to add another mode, and this is another example, I think, of PUBG having a development team that they're like, okay, what are we going to do with those 10 people over there? I don't know. Let's have a look at the whiteboard. One of the things that all right, let's make them do a casual mode. No. Do it like PUBG Mobile do, where when you're a new player, maybe, you know, for the first 5 matches, it's all bots. You know, and you jump in and you can do it that way. Do it like that. But don't contaminate the queues. Don't make the other queues longer with something like this. I will give it a go. I'll give it a go. I will. Maybe it'd be good for me, you know, because I'm not a PC player, but to play on PC like that. But I don't know. Very strange. Arcade Team Deathmatch. Tago is added to the Team Deathmatch arena. Yeah, great. I think Team Deathmatch is great on PUBG, on next gen, on Xbox Series S. It's really good fun. It's a bit janky on the other consoles though. We've got a new Survivor Pass, Crazy Night. Yep, great. Other stuff here. Damage. There's all this hideout stuff. I'm not into these crates. You can now join team. Direct message spam blocker. The Blackpink collaboration has been removed. Improved bots are spawning on Karakin. Okay. Nice. Links AMR update. Low enemy capacity combined with the inability of players to access additional ammunition has limited the overall usefulness of this weapon. To make the Lynx AMR widely used in the backgrounds, we've increased the ammo capacity. Increased the ammo capacity from 5 to 10. Esports stuff. Your shop settings, UI improvements, quality of life improvements. Skins, not interested. Yeah, come on. I tell you what's really interesting as well is, now I know I'm a couple of days behind with this, with these patch notes, but PlayerUnknown himself, Brendan Green, has put out a tweet today where he talks about what they're working on his new studio. Because if you didn't know, the reason why PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds isn't called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds anymore, it's called PUBG Battlegrounds, is because PlayerUnknown has completely left the company now, and he's got his own studio, not associated with PUBG anymore. So he's got, obviously he's PlayerUnknown, and they're basically working on developing massive games. But he's working on developing DayZ for the 2020s basically. So anyway, so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't like these. I don't like these skins bug fixes. Anything else? No. There we go. Woo! So update 13.2, the patch that kills PUBG. Maybe. I hope it doesn't. But PUBG, you need to get those queues down. Get those queues down. Get rid of the blue zone grenade. Get rid of the C4 grenade. Let people play PUBG the way they want to, on the maps they want to, with fast queue times, and get rid of the cheaters. And you've got a winning combination. But there we go. I don't know. What do you think? Am I too negative? I probably am. I try not to be. Put your questions and comments down below. If you've liked the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.